And like Ryan, obviously, like Ryan was like the gatekeeper.
Right.
He would just absolutely dunk on like any person who showed up. It didn't really matter who. But now it's just ever since, not that Ryan has fallen off or whatever, but it's like ever since like a certain hump was broken, like everyone just exploded in skill.
Yeah, I think it's surprising. Like it's something you don't really notice when you're here locally, but the entire Toronto scene has really improved at like a collectively similar rate.
Yeah.
And
I think next Gommel we need to like obviously if you look at the top players right now with like Zane, Cody, H-Bot. Where's Cody from?
He's from New York. He just moved to Michigan.
Okay, so is that like MBMA or whatever it is? It's just Midwest.
No, Detroit.
Yeah. Shout outs. I grew up in Windsor. And then Zane, obviously, in his own spot. So, like, a lot of just first top players, right? Versus, like, us. Like, if you were to put a crew battle of, like, our top 5 players,
Yeah, I think all, like, the top 5 players in Toronto or in the GTA are all top 100.
Yeah.
Right?
They could take a crew of, like, a lot of, probably, like, if you were to put a top 5 crew
from any city?
From like even city,
region,
but more just region. I think Toronto would actually do incredibly well.
I think we're top 3 or 4. I don't. SoCal's up there.
Florida?
It depends on how you classify New York.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
They were competitive. I mean, though, with J-Mook just moving to California, SoCal really,
SoCal is kind of
because they've got J-Mook, they've got Mango, they got Kadoran.
Oh yeah, I forgot Kadoran's in California.
Yeah. It's
That's
tough.
crazy.
So we might get a very, really respectable second place.
I still wish people cared about crew battles. I was never gonna tweet this, but I think Moki did, but I was so close to tweeting and being very angry that Zane sandbagged the international crew battle because I was like, dude, the year before that, I don't know if you went to Gommel 22, but it was so hype.
Right.
It was legit like last stock, Cody versus Moki. It was like they were like invested. Cody popped off. It was crazy. And then for some reason, it was just like Zane just played Roy and it completely deflated the entire thing.
I mean, I think there's not as much regional pride as there used to be.
I guess.
Because like
it's all online.
Yeah, here your boys used to be the guys who lived in the vicinity of, and everybody's got their crew on the internet, and so it's a little bit diffuse, Yeah. But
so Maher, I believe, just took this one.
Yeah, this is not 1-1, right?
I don't believe so.
I believe it's 1-0.
It's still best of 3, or is it?
It's best of 3. Yeah.
Best of 3. Yep. All right, FOD.
It's
savage.
I think the
Interesting. I don't think that was intentional.
I think that the counter was he sent him the wrong way. I think.
Okay.
That's like the Logan, right? The runoff counter.
DJ and Cruz at Gommel were sick. True.
Those crews were actually awesome. You were on for the Saturday cruise?
Yeah.
Those
are hype.
Just messy, but I'm glad that Save Puff took the initiative and organized those.
Wait, if Jakob's still in chat, I want to ask him if he remembers when it was like we went to Big House. I think it was the Big House 6 or 7, and it was the one where Plup beat Armada first time. And we were all staying in the same hotel, and we realized that our group of like 5 or 6 or whatever it was also next to a Michigan group of like 5 or 6, literally right next door to each other.
Right.
And they challenged us to a crew battle.
How'd it go?
Oh, we got destroyed. Because it's just I was so bad at the game. I think our best player like wasn't even playing well, and we got clapped. But it was so much fun.
No, I mean those kind of things are awesome, man.
We put money on it though.
Oh, I mean that makes it better. Maybe not for you guys, but in general.
It was so fun. That's what I miss though. I feel like people complain about esports and Melee or whatever, but I'm like that's something I don't know if you'll ever get. Oh, just the down air.
I mean that is we got a lot of good things coming out of esports.
Yeah.
But it feels like people have to be like detached and professional.
Yeah.
Which a lot of the time ends up meaning dispassionate.
Exactly, right?
And it's like everybody fucking cares. And you know, it's. But I think the pendulum's starting to swing back. I think people are starting to be more comfortable putting themselves out there and saying how they feel.
I know even like in the interview that I did with Manga recently, it was like, yeah, let's talk about your 10 subs moment. We got really smashed on stream, and he was like, yeah, sure, all right. That was funny.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I feel like things are changing.
Yeah. Back to the set though.
I mean,
Maher's looking.
It's pretty competitive, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty sick with it. I think Savage is having a bit of a hard time converting on his punishes.
Savage is just so slippery though.
Yeah.
And like, pretty patient player.
Yeah.
I mean, we're at what 520 and on FOD. It's a pretty slow game.
As a pup player, that's hilarious.
I mean,
that's super slow.
I mean, that's the life you chose, man.
Yeah, I know. It's my fault. Oh, this is sick.
All right.
Already an
up
opening.
tilt.
Oh, get the right hit.
Really missing.
That's
nice.
Later.
A little bit sloppy, but got it done. You know, so a good shit to Jacob Maher. He's going to be going on playing, I believe.